park board?
Yeah, nothing was changed.
Yeah, that wasn't changed.
Are they meeting on Tuesday or Wednesday?
Let me look.
Larry.
I don't know, there's the whole discussion about when you're meeting.
Larry Plummer. When's the park board meeting?
Tuesday.
Okay.
Yep. 5:15.
So the,
It'll be before the council meeting.
okay, so then,
Yeah.
We're okay.
you good? Okay.
All right.
I know there's discussion about which came first, which you're going
It doesn't matter.
Jill, I'll text her, because I think Jack and me are gonna go on Tuesday.
So in the case of the chicken egg and the egg thing,
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Let me look and see what's on the agenda too.
Okay.
All right, fair enough. Morning. Call the Board of Works meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. All right, good morning. Let the minutes reflect that member George Clemens is absent, so there are two Board of Works members today, and we do have a quorum, so we'll obviously proceed. Welcome to our visitors. Approval of the minutes from the last meeting. Those have been presented.
I move to approve as presented.
I would second that. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. And again, welcome to all of our visitors today. There are there are two adjustments from the wastewater office that are there just for your edification, and we don't need to take any action on that. With no unfinished business, let's move into new business. And we'll start with the Baker Tilly agreement for the comprehensive financial plan. This is a contract for an amount not to exceed $35,000. This is a service that they've been providing for about the last 6-7 years. It's given us a significant amount of confidence when we do our budgeting, and it also helps having this done with the capital asset, capital improvement plan, and when we go to bond ratings, having this formalized, I believe makes a difference, allows us a little bit better rate. So this comprehensive financial plan has been a real asset, and I would certainly hope that you would make a motion to approve this as presented.
So moved.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. Community and Economic Development Director, Jeremy Skinner, item number 2 would be Anchorage Road right-of-way acquisition.
Yeah, so this is the final property we're acquiring as part of the Anchorage Road project, and it is parcel number 5 in the amount of $30,340. It was approved for payment by the Redevelopment Commission at their last board meeting. We'll submit this for reimbursement through the state's 80/20 match program. If there's any questions, I've provided what right-of-way is being acquired from them. This parcel's taken some time to acquire, but it's the last parcel to acquire, so.
All right. I don't have any questions.
No, I move to accept.
I'd second that. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Next item is the airport lift station pay application.
So I think this is the kind of the second one that you've seen. It's in the amount of $134,492. I have the original payment on here, but it's rounded up for the SRF reimbursement. As you remember, project was originally being paid for out of Northern TIF District, but when we did the SRF reimbursement loan, it will now be paid out of the SRF funds, which comes before the Board of Works to be approved and sent for payment from the SRF funds instead of redevelopment funds. And this is for the airport lift station.
Right, which is of significant benefit to the city.
And Westler and Aaron have reviewed this pay application.
Jeremy, I heard you say 134,492. Is that, I'm not saying, do you want me to say that in the motion or?
Yes,
What
because
the-
the SRF disbursement request form requires it be rounded up, so I didn't put that on the memo, but it should have been a 2, not a 9.
I move to approve 134,492.
I'll second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. Item number 4 would be a approval of rates for John Kimple, who's a surveyor.
Yeah, this is just their annual rates sheet. We approve it every year. We use Kemple and Associates for a lot of different projects that we do, not just us, but other departments as well. So this rate sheet will be approved for any department that would use it.
I move to accept.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right.
Thank
Thanks, Jeremy. Item number 5 comes from the Fire Territory Board. Recommendation to approve the agreement with Beers Mallers as the attorney for the Fire Territory. Aaron?
Yes, this is something that Chief Holderman had signed before he left. The rate is $150 an hour, and the retainer fee is $500, which remains the same from last year.
Yep. And again, this was approved on the 7th by the Fire Territory Board. Is there any questions?
No. I move to approve.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thanks, Aaron. Item 6, this was also discussed and approved by the Fire Territory Board on February 7th. This is Critical Incident Stress Management Team, a request for support. And Chris, I'll let you take it from there.
This is just a request to pay a fee to maintain our membership with the International Critical Incident Stress Foundation. It's a 2-year membership fee. What this gains us is access to discounted classes and resources, and it keeps us basically affiliated with them so we can follow their guidelines on how we go out and do crisis management, critical incident stress debriefings, and diffusings. The team is still very active. We've been all over the place. In the 3 or 4 years that I've been involved, we've traveled to central Indiana. We've been all over the area helping different first responder agencies as they deal with bad situations. So we're asking that we just get approval to pay that $260 fee to maintain that affiliation with the group. It's a good way to help just keep us educated and trained on the best way to deal with certain responses.
And again, the Fire Territory Board approved this. Makes perfect sense, and it's a real asset to what we're trying to do.
I move to approve.
I'll second that. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Item 7 is a Kosciuszko County Community Foundation CARES grant. Again, I'll let you take it away, Chris.
We applied for a grant through the foundation. With your approval, we applied for, I believe it was $10,000 for the website we want to create for the resource management, resource listing. It's a QR-coded website and a phone app all in one, so that we can put housing assets up there, food, mental health counseling, just different resources we want to put together. We found that as I told you guys when we applied, with the CARES program, we found a lot of people have lists of resources, but they're not connected. So we want to bring all those players to the table and put them in one spot through this app and this website. The grant through the foundation is for $7,500. We're asking your permission to accept that. The overall cost, and we don't have a contract back yet from 180 Digital, but we've been told it's going to be about $7,800. So our expense would be $300 to put that together. I think for what we're getting out of that, that is a great investment of our $300. And we're lucky that the foundation is on board with us and wanting to help us put this together.
This is a big part of the CARES program. When we identify someone who's in need of resources in the community, the idea is to try and make that referral at that level when the CARES makes that contact with that individual. And I know Chris has worked hard to try and put together a list of resources that make it easy to use, if you will, one-stop shop to be able to review the resources available and make the appropriate referral. This is a big part of the program.
Yes, sir.
I move to accept the grant.
I will second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. And item 7 would be a permission to apply for an naloxone grant.
So we've done this multiple times. Former Chief Wilson started this. You apply through the State Health Department. They allow you to apply for this Narcan grant, and what they do is they put together, if you've ever looked it up, you can Google it. I know I talked to some folks about this after the territory meeting. You can look up the Indiana State heat map on naloxone, and it will show you where Narcan's being given throughout the state. The state wants to track that so they know where to put their resources, where to put their money, where they can try to do the most good. But part of that is, we apply for the Narcan grant. I'm going to try to apply for, I think it's 350 doses this time. It's been 300. It started out at 200, I believe, in the beginning. And what we will do is, if we receive the grant, which I'm confident we will, it will be no cost to us, other than we will be the distribution hub for first responders, public safety. We work with courthouse security, home detention, EMS, fire, police, all through the county to provide them the Narcan that they need to go out and hopefully help folks that need it. And just for reference, last year, our department alone gave Narcan to 40 different patients. And we only give it when there's an airway problem, they're not breathing, or they're not breathing well enough to sustain life. So really, that's 40 times that Narcan's been given, sometimes not successfully, to help these people that are suffering from an overdose of an opiate.
Chris, I just recently saw on television where the news that naloxone is being considered as an over-the-counter. How do you see that impacting emergency services if that happens?
I had this discussion the other day with someone, and I understand why they want to make it over the counter. We're suffering a huge problem with opiates. My correlation to that, or my comparison, would be, and I hate to say it this way because this sounds really mean, but if people don't get the counseling that they need to deal with their problems and get the support and the structure that they need to get out of that rut, it's almost like saying that you could jump off the roof of this building and have no repercussions other than get the excitement out of the jump. And I think that's where we're failing a little bit. Now, I'm certainly no expert on the subject, but we deal with a lot of overdoses, and it seems like the part that they're missing, but they have to be willing to accept, is the counseling and the help that we're trying. And this community is trying. We just had a meeting yesterday with some county folks talking about opioid funding. This county and community are trying really hard to help these people. And we're making headway, but we're still 40 times last year this department gave Narcan to save lives.
Yeah.
So I think, there's a lot of different programs out there. We're all trying to focus on the same thing from a different angle, but it doesn't seem to be getting better. So,
If it becomes over-the-counter, will the distribution be different than what they're doing right now?
I don't believe so,
Okay.
because I believe what the health department's trying to do with this is they're kind of using this as again, where do we need to put those resources? Where do we need to focus? What can we do to make this better? And this is a way for them to track.
Yeah.
One of the people I spoke with last week about that heat map said he looked at it and it just shed a different light on the problem. There are departments I know of that have had 70 overdoses in a weekend. And that's just,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. So this is just another piece of the puzzle for us.
Right.
And I think we're lucky that the state health department wants to help us with this grant, because if we had to go out and purchase 350 doses of Narcan, it would be cost prohibitive.
I was going to ask you what a dose is.
It changes every day. I don't even want to guess what it would be.
Okay. All right. Questions?
No, I move to approve the request to apply for this state grant.
All right. Actually, it would be to accept the money.
Well, we're just applying for it, but I am extremely we're going to get it. I have no doubt. And again, there's no money changing hands. They actually send us the Narcan, and then we sign it out to the different agencies that want it.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Is it the request?
you're exactly
what I
right.
just did? Okay.
No, I was looking at the CARES grant that it had been received. You're correct. We're applying for this, so, yep, I'm good. I'll second that.
Okay.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right,
Excuse me, but can we go back to that CARES grant for a second? Jeff, when you made the motion, you just said a motion to accept the money, but he also is asking for 180 Digital to be the vendor for the app and the,
so it's a,
Should be two-pronged motion. Is that right? You want, is it 180 digital
Yes, sir.
also? Okay, so. if
we'll
it's-
amend the motion.
I move to amend the motion to add 180 digital.
okay.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, now you want to make a motion to approve the amended motion, or is that your?
I think, are we okay, Scott, by what I did by moving
Okay,
to amend it? Is that
perfect.
okay? Yeah, thanks, Mayor.
All right,
Thank you, Lynn.
all right,
Sorry I missed that. I missed that.
That's okay.
and we're going to unlock some.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, and then the final one was the preventative maintenance contract with Zoll Medical.
Yes, sir. What this is we do this every year. We bring in a Zoll-trained technician to go through our heart monitors and make sure that they're in working order, to make sure that they're not going to hopefully malfunction. We do weekly quality control checks on them, but there's no way to make sure that the blood pressures are correct, the pulse oximeter's working. We monitor end-tidal carbon monoxide, or carbon dioxide, sorry. We use it to defibrillate patients. We want to make sure that all of those pieces of that monitor are working as they're supposed to. So we pay this gentleman to come in, he comes in for one day, he does all 4 of our monitors, and just to make sure that we're functioning like we're supposed to, and that is kind of our liability coverage for those pieces of equipment. We probably use those monitors more than any other piece of equipment on the fire trucks. Given that most of our calls are medical in nature, that monitor goes in and at least does vital signs on most of the people we deal with. So we want to make sure that they're working as they're supposed to.
Okay. And again, the fire territory approved that on February 7th at their meeting. So
I move to approve.
I'll second. Further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
All right, thank
Thanks,
you very
Chris.
much.
Item number 10, Human Resources, our travel requests as presented.
Okay, so we got, the mayor will be going down for the Mayor's Institute next month for 3 days. Engineer Aaron Ott will be going down to the Purdue Road School. There's a misspelling there, so I'll make sure that gets fixed. We have
Last night, that's fairness.
Coming from a Notre Dame fan, right, Aaron, that misspelling?
Purdue has been struggling lately. Yeah. uh-huh.
Big
I
Ten is
watched
just
it
beating each
Sunday.
other up,
Yeah,
aren't
it
they?
was Little school up in Chicago. I never could do it. I was pretty pumped up. I never did what they did. Yeah.
We got 3 of our police officers going to FTO certification course. And then also Officer Wood is going to be going to training for child forensic interviewing. Our systems administrator, the police department will be going for a week of training down in Nashville, Indiana. And then our fire inspector, Joe Fretz, will be attending the annual Fire Inspector Association banquet in Vincennes.
Questions?
I move to accept all as presented.
I would second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Denny. All right, we've got item 11 is 6 contracts for the summer concert series. We can consider those all together, but I'll have, if you
Good
want to go
morning.
through and read through those, that'd be great.
I just wanted to make a note that all of these contracts that I'm presenting for the summer concert series was made possible from the Kosciuszko County Community Foundation grant that I had applied for. So the first one is for the Ball Brothers on July 14th in the amount of $2,550. They are a gospel act.
Okay? Yeah, we'll just go
Okay.
through them all, and then
The next one is the Out of Favor Boys on June 23rd in the amount of $1,200.
okay,
The next one is for Quentin Flagg He came with great recommendations, and he's been here before, several years ago. He will perform on August 11th for the amount of $800. And then we have the 1985 for August 18th in the amount of $2,500. The Lake Area Community Band on August 4th for the amount of $600. And the Whateverly Brothers on June 30th in the amount of $600.
How can you argue with a name like that? Whateverly Brothers. All right, so again, I appreciate you mentioning the foundation. Their support is huge, and we're very appreciative of that.
Yeah, we are.
This is a great series. This just continues to roll on, and people really enjoy this. Is this a complete rundown for the year?
This is the last of them right here. So,
Okay.
yep, all 9 of them.
All right. Well, Jeff, any questions about
No.
the Out of Favor Boys or the Whateverly Brothers? Okay,
I move to approve all items
A through
A
F.
through F, yes, as presented.
Okay, I would second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And it looks like you, Indiana Arts Commission,
Yes, I would like approval to apply for the grant from the Indiana Arts Commission. This would be for the fiscal cycle 2023-2024 in the amount of $5,000. And this will support the summer concert series for next year.
did that same grant support this year's?
It did. Those were the first ones that
The
I
first
had
one, okay.
presented.
So just for clarification, they were supported by the
Yes.
Community Foundation and the Indiana Arts Indiana
The
Arts
ones that I
Commission.
presented today were
Were
just
just-
the foundation.
But
Yeah.
the whole series is?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right, great. Questions?
No, I move to approve the request.
All right, I will second that. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Larry, you going to talk about Kruger International?
Yeah, I've got a Sourcewell contract here for the purchase of tables, chairs, carts, chair carts, table carts for the new pavilion remodel. I've shown the contract, the Sourcewell contract to Scott. He's written a letter of recommendation for this. And I would just ask to the board's permission to approve that.
Okay. Questions?
No, I move to approve.
All right, I will second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Larry, do you want to give just an update on both projects, actually all 3 projects?
Starting with Center Lake Pavilion, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Construction has remained steady over the winter months. The demolition and removal is complete. They're working on foundations, framing, electrical, plumbing, rough ends, things of that sort. We just had a construction meeting last Tuesday. Aaron and I were down there, and things are coming along really well. We're starting to see a lot of progress. They did the parts of the roof, the lower membrane roofs. They did those. There's just a lot happening down there. So it's all coming together. I think they're looking still on track for an August completion date.
Oh, great.
So that's going well. The park office and maintenance shop, just in there this morning. A lot of moving parts there, but it's coming together really well. It's going to be a really nice facility. I think we're still on board there to mid-March to look at that and get a certificate of occupancy. So that's moving along really well. And then the third project,
Trail project.
the Center Lake Recreational Trail. I think Aaron can probably say a little more on that, but I think we're going to try to go on bid on that soon.
Yeah, exactly. The designers are finishing the permitting and bid docs yet over the course of remaining February and March. We're going to advertise it in March and hopefully have an awardable bid. April 7th is the tentative date to open bids on that project.
Great, thank you. All right, appreciate it. All right, Brian, got 2 items here. First one is the semi-annual reports from Baker Tilly.
I do have one question. In We had loaded a stormwater agreement with Grace Schools, Lily Lakes and Streams for Education. Did that, I don't see it on the agenda, but I didn't know if you had that in your packets or,
We don't,
okay.
is there a time-sensitive concern on
No,
that?
we can make sure it gets on the next
I'll
one.
make sure it's on the next one. What was that, the Lily
It's
Center?
the stormwater contract with Grace Schools, Lily Lakes and Streams for education and involvement programs.
Okay. No, I didn't see it on
I
there.
didn't see it either. Did you get the right
It's on,
meeting?
it's in the drive in the paperless meeting folder, but it didn't make the
You know,
agenda.
we had problems with the minutes loading. I called Whitney about 45 minutes ago, and that didn't load for some reason, so my guess is that may
Okay,
have
yeah,
been
we
what
can run
happened.
it on the next one.
Maybe they're stuck together, the minutes and the agreement.
Maybe.
So the first one, the Baker Tilly, it's for that semi-annual financial management that they do, where they check all our books, make sure we're doing okay, make sure our rates are adequate. I'm sure you've seen those.
Yeah, those are presented to the administration and the council, again, to keep up with the rate appropriateness in wastewater. Questions?
No, I move to approve.
Okay, I will second that. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. And item 15 would be training.
This is the training I think we've done since probably about '04. We bring him in every year, and he does 4 half-day training sessions at the plant. So it meets all the requirements, keep all our licensed operators with their continuing education requirements, and gives us an opportunity to do some training specific to our operations.
All right. Questions?
Just under 15,000, saving a ton of money, and everybody's getting their permits. right?
Everybody's
Okay,
getting
yeah.
everything they need, and it's
Yeah, thank you. I move to approve.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right.
thank you.
Seeing no special claims,
No special claims.
we'll move to the claims docket. I did go through that this morning. I had no questions. Jeff?
No, I'm good. I move to accept. I think it's all 7 pages. Move to accept.
All right, I'll second that. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Any other items to be carried forward? All right, any comments, questions? Well, with that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second? Thank you.